proved Apple could still make smart decisions. Released on September 19, 2025, Apple had a problem. How do you convince people to buy the base model when the Pro exists? It was simple. Give the base model Pro features. ProMotion 120Hz display, first time ever on a non-Pro iPhone. Always on display, another Pro exclusive, now standard. 48 megapixel dual camera system, 6.3-inch screen, 256 gigabyte base storage for $799. Think about that. For $300 less than a Pro, you get 90% of the Pro experience. The only things you're missing are the telephoto lens, the slightly better chip, and some premium materials. The iPhone 17 isn't just loved because it's good, it's loved because it's smart. Apple finally figured out how to make a base iPhone that doesn't feel like a compromise. Reviews called it the best value iPhone ever made. The iPhone 17 became the surprise hit of 2025. Sometimes the best iPhone isn't the most expensive one. Sometimes it's the one that gives you everything you actually need without making you feel like you're missing out. However, where the iPhone 17 gave customers everything they needed for $799, its counterpart, the iPhone Air, asked them to pay more for significantly less. Apple's pitch was interesting. The thinnest iPhone ever, 5.6 millimeters, impossibly light, the future of smartphones. And it was $999. For $999, you were getting a single rear camera, single speaker, mediocre battery life, worse performance than the 17 Pro, eSIM only, and a giant camera bump that made the thin design pointless. But the worst part wasn't the missing features, it was the heat. Because the phone was so thin, there was nowhere for the heat to go, and within a few minutes the phone would start heating up, the screen would dim to protect itself, and the processor would throttle down to the speed of older models just to keep from melting. You were paying $999 for a chip you couldn't even use at full speed. The iPhone Air essentially asked customers to pay more for less, and customers said no. Within 2 months, Apple cut production by 80%. Suppliers shut down production lines. The next generation model got delayed indefinitely. But while the iPhone Air represented Apple's worst instincts, charging premium prices for inferior products, the iPhone 13 Pro showed them at their best. Released in September 2021, this was an iPhone that felt truly complete. The 13 Pro had a ProMotion 120Hz display. After years of Android flagships offering smooth scrolling, Apple caught up and somehow made it better. The camera system, macro photography, cinematic mode, night mode on every lens, this wasn't just a phone camera anymore. This was a professional tool that happened to fit in your pocket. Battery life that actually lasted all day. For the first time in iPhone history, people stopped carrying chargers. The 13 Pro didn't have any deal-breaker compromises. Every previous Pro model had something wrong with it. Too heavy, battery life was too short, cameras were good but not great. But the 13 Pro nailed everything. It was the phone that made people say, I don't need to upgrade for the next 3 years. Even today, used 13 Pros sell for ridiculous prices because people know what they're getting. A phone that is truly loved. However, while the 13 Pro succeeded by giving customers everything they wanted, the iPhone 12 mini failed by giving them what they thought they wanted. Released in November 2020, Apple read the room wrong, completely wrong. For years, a vocal minority had been begging for smaller iPhones. The iPhone SE is too old. Modern phones are too big. Bring back the compact size. Apple listened. They made the iPhone 12 mini with a 5.4-inch display, full flagship specs, everything from the regular iPhone 12, just smaller. Then, nobody bought it. It turns out the people loudly demanding small phones online were a tiny minority. Most customers had voted with their wallets years ago. Bigger is better. Bigger screens, bigger batteries, bigger everything. The iPhone 12 mini had terrible battery life because there's only so much battery you can fit in a small phone. It was harder to type on. The screen felt cramped. Sales were so bad that Apple killed it after just 2 generations. The 13 mini was the last